Hey folks, welcome back to Gaming Garbage, where we take a look at games, chat about the gaming news, the industry, and of course, stream for fun. Today we're talking about Black Ops 7, and I want to do this while it's fresh in my head. I've played some of the campaign, and I've done probably another, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours of multiplayer so far. And let's go over the campaign first. So the campaign started out okay, but it was something be kind of reminiscent of like Black Ops 3, kind of like with a lot of machines and stuff like that, but also taking from the zombies that we've had since Cold War and kind of like being able to pick up kind of like these clumps, for weapons or for gear, finding plates for yourself and stuff like that. So it's like they're integrating some of the zombies, some of the Warzone mechanics, and kind of like wrapping it all into the campaign itself. Now, the campaign seemed normal enough, okay, working through basically a building or whatever and getting some objectives finished. And then we pretty much quickly get to a point where, we learned that we're going back to another toxin type of thing, just like we had in Black Ops 6, though I felt like Black Ops 6 actually did a pretty good job for that campaign. It felt more like a campaign, right? Well, with Black Ops 7, we're at a point where we're back to this thing that you breathe it in, it makes you see stuff, it makes you see kind of zombies, it starts changing stuff, makes people go crazy, all of that kind of stuff. And then we get to further into the campaign where now we're completely going insane, right? We're on like an insane trip of of stuff where nothing really makes sense. We also have these abilities now that we can pick up to help us in the fight or traverse the area or whatever. And nothing is real. You know that nothing is really real, but you're having to play through this anyway. So that kind of sucks. And then we're working toward somebody that we already know that they've pulled from a previous COD, Raul Menendez, excuse me. And we get to fight him actually as a boss. And we all know that this is not happening, right? It's just basically in our mind or whatever. And the only way to really take him down is to use a special ability. Unless you really want to just grind out the entire thing. There's also no difficulty level. It just throws you in. So ultimately the campaign is pretty easy. At least so far. Maybe it could get a heck of a lot harder, but some of the stuff I've already seen, like we have these boss battles that just seem more and more over the top, and it's all in our head kind of a thing, which is frustrating. And we have these segmented kind of chapters and boss fights every time. Also, too, you can't pick up any weapons. So that's kind of frustrating. There's nothing to pick up from any of the enemies that you take down. You also have to rank and level up your weapons. Otherwise, everyone that you're fighting, including the lower guys, are going to basically be a bunch of meat shields. And the amount of ammo that you have to pick up in order to take them all down is kind of insane. Like 400 rounds is not enough. Kind of a deal. Like you're going to be going through way more than that. And you're going to be going through both of your weapons on ammo pretty much. Something, too, with the campaign is there's no way to do it solo. So it's all online co-op all the time. So it says it in the menu, co-op campaign. You can select to go solo, but you're still registered online through the servers to actually play the campaign. And the reason I think this is horrible is because then it's not really a campaign. It's something where I'm required to get online. I have to use the company's servers or the publisher's servers. And if you're inactive for too long, you get kicked from your own solo campaign, which is kind of insane. So, and there's also no way to pause. It's like you're online, right? There's no way to do any of that, and it just deteriorates the experience because you know that a lot of the campaign is in your head. A lot of the campaign is just meat shields, not a lot of tactics, right? And yeah, the AI or the enemy NPCs, they are pretty retarded. But I mean, that's kind of the campaign, and I don't need to play anymore. And with some of the stuff I've already seen, it doesn't look like it gets any better. So I understand kind of what they're going for. Okay, a full co-op experience, but we also have these cutscenes where you have NPC allies with you, right? You have your team of 4, but then when you're actually playing the game, you don't actually have anybody. At least with like Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint, you have NPCs with you to kind of simulate the experience of a squad and working through stuff. And the thing that's hilarious is that you can hear them talk to you while you're playing solo. And so it just breaks the immersion on every level. And it's awful. So yeah, the campaign is not good. In my opinion, it's pretty much the wrong turn at every junction. And that's the campaign that we have. I don't really want to finish it. I don't have an intention to play any more of it. It's super frustrating. The other thing with the multiplayer, well, we have 3 choices now with the multiplayer. We have basically casual with very limited skill-based matchmaking. We have regular skill-based matchmaking from where it was like sweaty the whole time. And then we also have ranked, which is the ultimate sweats of the sweats, right? Well, while playing, you definitely get some matches that are where the entire team is horrible. And you are just going to completely stomp them over. And the same thing is going to happen to you every once in a while where the team just totally messes you over and there's nothing you can do about it. And then you do have quite a few games where there's definitely good players and definitely bad players. Well, that was the first day. The second day now is more fine-tuned. The matchmaking is more now fine-tuned to how you play and kind of what level you are. And so now you're getting into games that are with people that are more or less on your skill level. It's possible, too, that more people are actually quitting after the first day or first few days of Black Ops 7, though the numbers don't necessarily reflect that, at least the trends anyway. Like on Steam, like on PlayStation, and also the playtime on Xbox. It still shows that people are generally playing the same amount of time, or even more people are coming on. So right now, there's still a lot of people that are currently playing, but the skill-based matchmaking, therefore, feels like it's just getting tighter. And we're just moving back to that experience where it's just sweaty all the time and it's frustrating. As we would expect, the old maps, they're the favorite ones. They're the ones that people vote for all the time. And if a old favorite map isn't on there, basically they just vote classified. So there's quite a few maps you're never going to touch. Your party is never going to allow you to play some of those newer maps. We did get to play some of those during the beta, but again, we're never going to see those. So like we see Raid, we see I forget the name of a couple of the others, but there's kind of some... Oh, Homestead would be another one. So yeah, there's kind of some favored ones, right? And basically, you're going to play on those same 4 or 5 maps. There's also Express. That one's pretty popular with a lot of folks. But yeah, generally speaking, you're going to pretty much play the same maps. The progression is like what we would expect. The weapons are basically like we would expect. The hitbox detection is also really bad. Even in the kill cam at the end of the game, you can see that shot clearly would not have hit. It's shooting over the shoulder, over the head, to the side of the head, something like that, and the hit still happens anyway. So the hit detection, in my opinion, is some of the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, it's pretty awful. There's also, too, there's some server lag in there. So, again, the servers are not really that great. It's kind of roughly the same quality we would expect, at least as far as I can tell without looking at the technical data. And, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the normal multiplayer experience. And now this is what we got to experience with Black Ops 6. Again, the hit detection, the servers, and the skill-based matchmaking basically not existing on that first day. And then as the skill-based matchmaking ratcheted up, people started quitting. My buddy and I, we quit basically after a couple of months. And it was incredibly frustrating because now it wasn't casual anymore. Because the nice thing that's with casual, really good lobby against you, or you are the really good lobby against other players, it allows you to rest and take a break. Okay. And then generally, you have some matches where you're going to be competing, maybe not against all of the players, but competing against some of the players. And those are the ones you're going to focus on, are the ones that are roughly on your level. And then so there's extremes and there's stuff in the middle if you're going to play for the next couple of hours. But the issue with skill-based matchmaking being so tight is that it is constantly a grind, a sweat all of the time. There's no rest. There's no matches where there's a rest at all. And that's why people that we see on PlayStation Time Tracker only maybe play for about an hour. And that's kind of it. Sometimes, some weeks are even less than an hour. People will play for 48 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, and that's kind of it. But if it's just going to be sweaty and tough all the time, I mean, a lot of us that grew up with COD, we're getting older. I myself, I'm 35 years old. I don't want to sweat the entire time. I want something that's more casualized. So the thing too is the movement feels kind of slow in the game. So even fast sprinting is still kind of frustrating. It still feels kind of slow. So it's like they've dialed that movement down. But yeah, generally that's pretty much the multiplayer. You're just going to play a few maps. You're still going to unlock stuff. You still have skins to unlock. There's still a store to go through and stuff to buy. And the layout is all pretty much the same. The same issues with the servers and skill-based matchmaking basically coming back on day 2 is also what we experienced with Black Ops 6. And so it's just more Call of Duty. And do you like it? Not really. But do I expect it to be like this? Yes. So it kind of matches my expectations. And it does. But it does make me frustrated. Because, yeah, if it's just going to continue to get more sweaty, more grindy, that's just something I'm not necessarily looking forward to. So, but hey, if it's for some people, that's great. Absolutely. But the campaign, I don't think anybody's really liking the campaign right now. And then the zombies, I haven't tried yet. So, yeah, that's just kind of my initial look real quick. Thanks for tuning in. You can always follow me at Gaming Garbage 22 over at YouTube. And I have playlists there on the channel, and that's what breaks up all of the various content that comes out every single week. You can also follow me over at Twitch if you'd like. And when I'm actually playing video games and you talk back, I'll definitely answer you and chat. So hopefully you guys are doing well. But yeah, what do you guys think of Black Ops 7? Have you been able to play it? Has it, roughly been a good time? What do you guys think? So with that, folks, we'll see you guys on the next one.